I am yours. Your machete, fire and drum. Your water, tree and people.
This kai where you see I'm so is the thing where God give our Nanza Delta. So make we take feet. Now the thing where them God bring for us. And this kai we dey take care of ourselves. Since 1900 kai day.
My name is Chibu Akukwe. I am the co-founder of Pedro's Premium Ogogoro. Pedro's is the first indigenous premium spirit out of Africa. The project started there about 2013 and it's been over a decade now. And the inspiration behind that project is that there was very minimal or zero representation of the African voice in the spirits industry. Now, coming from Nigeria, Ogogoro or Kai or Akwarachia, Otoli Sichebwea, is a product that is very significant culturally in this part of the world. So when there is a traditional marriage, when there is a death or burial, when there is the birth of a child, any kind of celebration, usually in the traditional sense, Ogogoro plays a part in that ceremony. And we thought it would be very important to take this product that has so much respect and reference in our society and bring it to the 21st century, rebrand it, refine it, and reintroduce it to ourselves. So it's a way for us to take back the narrative of who we are, showcase that narrative in our own way, and showcase also the product that is part of that narrative to the entire world. So the research phase of the project started as early as 2013, as I said, and it took us a little bit of time to see if it's something that we can actually turn into a business. So we traversed all of Nigeria, mostly from the Midwest of the country, all the way down to the south, from Badagry to Bayelsa State. We even went to Benin Republic, we went to Ghana, just to understand how this product is being used across the continent. And when we decided that there was a chance we could turn it into a business, we then officially registered a company around 2017 right here in Nigeria. And since then, the journey has begun in earnest to really take this thing to the next level and share it with the rest of the world. The Pedro's project had a lot of milestones. Right now, the product is actually in every continent in this world except Antarctica. Matter of fact, as of this morning, I just got a text from a New York Times journalist that told me that Pedro was actually listed officially as one of the top 2025 products for gifting this holiday season. So that's kind of a huge deal. Our primary focus is really Lagos. Charity begins at home, as they say. And fortunately for us, the adoption rate in Lagos has been incredible. So mostly on the island, VI, Ikoyi, and also in Lekki and some spots on the mainland carry the product. Ogogoro, the source material is actually palm wine. Usually it's farmers from different parts of Nigeria. They tap the palm tree to get the palm wine, and then that palm wine is fermented for a few days and then distilled. So once that's distilled, you have Ogogoro. However, that first level of distillation is actually not at the place that we want it to be as far as quality. So then that's where Pedro's comes in. So we source that distilled Ogogoro or Kai from the farmers in rural parts of Nigeria. We bring it down to Lagos, to our micro distillery. Then we put it through a fractional distillation. So that's where the refinement actually happens, where we turn it into the product that you see today, which is Pedro's. And that's the premiumization of the process. Everything that we do is making sure that we keep our local producers as part of the supply chain. So we don't try to plant plantations or anything like that. The way we look at it is that there are people that are already doing that work. So we just want to plug into the work that they're doing and only elevate what they're already doing by increasing the economic value that they can get out of the product. Because again, for the most part, these farmers that do this palm wine tapping and production and the first level of distillation of Ogogoro, they can now support their families better because we pay a premium for the product that they get. So they always like working with us, and we want to make sure that we keep that supply chain going. As far as the challenges that we face in this project, first of all is capital. So access to capital is very difficult. Unfortunately, we are not a tech kind of business. So it's difficult to explain it to foreign investors, because unfortunately those are the people that mostly fund tech endeavors. However, we're a brick and mortar business, and most of our local investors are not exactly excited about our type of business. A second challenge will be infrastructure. So that's just a general challenge because of the part of the world that we're in. And to give a specific example is power. Access to regular power is just something that is reoccurring in this part of the world. However, what we did to overcome that is that we had our steel designer create a steel or fabricate a steel that doesn't rely on electricity. So instead we used gas or propane to power up. So in that way, we didn't have to rely on electricity because a distillation run is usually about 12 to 16 hours in a day. So in this case, all we do is just buy some propane cylinders or gas cylinders, as they call it in Nigeria, to use to run the project. So that's just an example of some of the challenges that we face as a business. However, as a Nigerian guy, you always have to find a way to overcome, right? For the capital challenge, we just had to self-fund, borrow money from here, friends and family, just to get the business going. And then we basically reinvest every single naira that we make in sales back into the business. So we don't even pay ourselves or take profit, and this has been ongoing for over a decade. So that's the tenacity that is required to get this thing done. So I want to highlight the importance of buying made in Nigerian products. At Pedro's, for example, we actually have gotten a lot of accolades from global players. We've been on a lot of media houses, CNN, Reuters. We've been on The Economist, Financial Times. What I want to emphasize is that most of these people, not that we need to get our credibility from them, but it highlights the fact that what we do in Nigeria is things of quality. Pedro's is handcrafted and is premium. Most of the things that we do here is actually handcrafted and premium. If it was in the West, a lot of people would pay a lot of money to get a lot of the handcrafted things that we make in Nigeria. And I want to really give a big shout out to Zcrest as an organization that has decided to spend their resources, invest time in highlighting companies and products that are made in Nigeria. We have something to say on a global stage, and we have something to say to ourselves here in Nigeria. And organizations like Zcrest are really doing justice by giving a voice to a lot of the small brands that are doing the hard work of showcasing the integrity, the excellence that is inherent in the Nigerian spirit. So shout out to you guys. I'll speak a little bit about some of the design elements on the bottle. This you see in white is the Pedro's crest, and obviously this is the brand name itself. And then this crest is a breakdown of the 6 elements of Pedro's. First of which is water, right? Usually Ogogoro is drank by fishermen in the riverine areas of Nigeria or across Africa, because late at night when they're fishing or early in the morning, it's usually cold. So they need a hot drink to keep them warm, right? So that's an homage to them. And then the next one is the palm tree, which is, again, Ogogoro is all about distilling the sap of the palm. And then the next one is drum. The drum is, back in the day when the British actually banned the production of Ogogoro, it forced a lot of people in the riverine areas to now be distilling Ogogoro in the bush. So they were using all those metallic drums that has like 2 circles around them. If you think about it, like in the oil production areas of Nigeria. So this is also to highlight that, to represent that history in the bottle. And then if you imagine this bottle without this neck, it's actually a miniature version of that drum. So that was thought about in the choice to use this bottle design. And then the next one is fire, right? Because when you get your Ogogoro, you have to cook it in fire, and that's how you cook it. And then the next one is machete. But not machete literally, it's basically tools. It's a representation of tools, right? When you go in the bush and do whatever you need to do, you have to make sure that you have the right tools. So for us, it's obviously machete, the palm wine tapper. He has the thing that he puts around his waist to climb the tree. And for us, modernizing it, we have to have a still that we use to do the fractional distillation. And then the last element is basically people working together. And the representation of that is like when you do fist bump and there's sparks on it. And that's what the last element is. And when you put all those 6 elements together, we basically come up with this symbol. And then this symbol was actually inspired by Nigerian written languages. Most of us don't know that we actually have written languages in Nigeria before, obviously, the white man came and introduced like English to us. There was Insibidi, which is from the Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa side of Nigeria, like Calabar, that part of the country. There is Uli, which is from the Igbo side of Nigeria. And then there's Adire, which is Yoruba side of Nigeria. So those symbologies of written languages was the inspiration for us to create this crest. Because what we did is those 6 elements that we talked about, we basically narrowed it down to simple lines, and then we joined those lines together. So that's what you see on the bottle of Pedro's. The last element that I want to highlight is basically what we call our manifesto. It's a poem that says a lot about what the essence of the brand is and what the meaning and the importance of the project is. So here it goes. I am not illegal, illicit, nor local gin. I am not gin. I am not vodka, whiskey, nor brandy. I am not inferior, counterfeit, nor unnatural. I am not theirs. I am Akpateshi, Kai Kai, and Sapele water. I am Ogogoro. I am heritage, culture, and tradition. I am authentic, organic, and the finest. I am yours. Your machete, fire and drum. Your water, tree and people. Your provenance, future and Africa. Your pride, power and spirit. I am ours, our Pedros.